Hi Photos subscribers. We are talking about another color of reflected light today. Today we're going to be talking about gold. Gold is a very warm color, and just by the yellow of it you can tell that it's going to throw some yellow light up in that subject's face. Or if your subject isn't a person, it's going to throw some really yellow light on whatever it is that you're imaging. That being said, I want to give you an illustration of what gold looks like when it is reflected into your subject, and perhaps that yellowish red is not what you want to do in throwing a color or reflecting light back up into your subject. So they have silver reflectors out there as well. It's kind of odd, but there's metallic colors I think I've seen in reflectors, but the white, gold, and silver are very common. So don't be surprised if you see a reflector that says it's black, white, gold, and silver. That is the very common reflector. Now, if other reflectors have different covers that they have for them, they may be able to do some blues and greens and reds, other things, but I haven't ever had a need for those other colors to reflect. I've used gold in various situations where I'm shooting in a space that's very cold and blue. I want some of that warm gold color reflected back onto my subject, and so I want the gold reflector facing my subject, bouncing that cold blue light back up into the subject's face with that warmed yellowish color of the gold. So that being said, without further ado, we're almost halfway through this video. My goodness, these are short. I apologize if they're long to you. I really enjoy talking about photography, so I want some of that excitement to come through and to rub off on you and for you to enjoy doing photography. But that being said, gold reflection is something that is very important if you want your subject to be warmer or to appear to have warmth about them. The subject of your photograph needs to stand out from its background and other parts of the photograph. So using a gold color to reflect, if you are separated far enough, the subject is not too close to the background, to use the gold reflector up in the expression of your subject. So you can see here this reflector is reflecting up onto the side of my face, and it throws a warm yellowish color up on my face. Now, if you want to, you can change the direction of the reflector, and it'll come from a perceived more natural direction onto your subject than it did coming up from under my face. Talking about directionality of light, do you remember playing with flashlights as young children and turning that flashlight on as it's right under your chin, and it throws these weird awkward shadows over your face and can kind of be scary? That's one of the things that a lot of places do. Haunted houses or unexpected things in videos and thrillers or any other horror movies. It's those kind of unexpected light from one place to another, shadows in one place or another that just aren't natural. In that regard of being natural is what we see and experience and think of as normal in the world around us. And those normal things are because we have light from above us coming down on us. Now, if we lived on a moon and it reflected light and we didn't see the direct sun all the time, then perhaps that experience we call normal would be normal because we are used to the light coming up from the reflected surfaces below us. Just like this right here, that can be used as a type of thriller lighting. The light is coming from an unexpected place. It's harder for them to see perhaps in the subject of the video, whoever the video is about. But that being said, the direction of the reflection can add some very dramatic experience to your photograph. Use it to your advantage. Use the color to your advantage. I really like using this gold because it really throws some warmth into some subjects, and it can throw a little too much warmth if you're not too careful about it as well. Some some skin tones need different color reflection. So maybe silver is a better option for you, but take a look at it and be a little bit sensitive as to what the appearance of your subject turns out to be in the photograph in the very end. So all that being said, enjoy reflection, try some gold. If you want to, try some gold versus silver. If you have any gold paper, or if you have access to a craft store, they'll have some papers that are gold or silver lined. You can go buy some of those. Or if you don't want to do that, you can go to your local grocery store and see if they sell gold colored tinfoil, and buy a roll of gold colored tinfoil and regular tinfoil. Use both of those. The shinier sides may be good for you, but also be aware the shinier sides are going to be a harsher reflection, and you're going to see creases or anything else reflected in your reflection. These reflectors here, this one I talked about, I'll bring it over here, you can kind of see that reflecting luminescence of the fabric. That is the gold, and the nature of this fabric is it doesn't show a lot of the harsh light, and so the wrinkles in the fabric don't matter as much. But with tinfoil, it's the shinier sides of the tinfoil with gold or silver are going to show those lines more dramatically in your shot, and it's going to be one of those bright little streaks of this just really harsh light because of the shinier side of your tinfoil. So play around with it. Maybe you want to use more of a matte finish to the tinfoil on the other side. Play around with it, see what works best for you. And if you use the cardboard backing in such a way so that you glue it to that cardboard, you can change the directionality of one part of your reflector because you've glued along the side of a box on top of a lid. So use whatever you have available to you to play around with reflectors, see if you want to use some or save some money and buy it. Just have fun with the reflectors and use what you need to add light to your subject and increase some interest to your photographs. So have fun with reflected light. I've really enjoyed it, and I wanted to use a whole lot more of it. So there's a lot of accessories out there for all sorts of different things. The point here is that you have fun and learn, and when you're ready to use more added lighting to your shots, that you have the tools and resources available to you to get the desired outcome of your photograph complete. And when it's done, it really is something to be admired. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe and like the video, and turn on the notification bell, ring that bell so that you don't miss any of the other videos that are coming up. Have a great one, everybody.